Hey everybody, Steve with another exciting installment of Tales of Atlantis. This one is from an event we did called, we did a Warhammer 40k event, and I think we've done it for a few other miniature games, but we called it the Dash for Cash. It's a pretty straightforward event. Everyone played small skirmish scale, like basically a squad, maybe two, usually just about a squad. I think it was like, at the time, it was like maybe 500 points or less. So most people played like a squad, maybe a hero, something like that. Real small scale skirmish level stuff. And what we would do is everyone played on the same 4x8 table, and we had glass beads all over the table, different colored beads, and we had a little key made up that the organizers knew that each colored bead was worth a different amount of store credit that ranged anywhere from $1 to $5. And what you did is you were basically running around the board in a certain number of turns, and whoever could capture whatever beads your squad captured at the end of the game, whatever you had was that's how much store credit you would win. So in theory, everyone could get something, and the beads were all different colors, and so you never knew if it wasn't like you'd be like, oh, I know the red ones are good, because there's just so many different colors. There might be multiple different $5 ones, etc. But over just like any gaming group, over the course of time that we had some that we were doing stuff at the time, we had a couple players that had kind of formed kind of a rivalry. You know what I mean? Like they they weren't going to get into a fist fight if they were in the same place, but everybody has kind of, I feel like they're I always like to refer to it as their gaming arch nemesis. That person that you're just like, I want to beat that guy. You know what I mean? But when you're not playing, you're fine. Sort of the focus of the story is a player named Mike, who played 40k Catachans at the time, and that's what he brought for the Dash for Cash. And his I guess you could say his rival was a gentleman named Eddie, who played Tau. And he was one of those players that a lot of rules disagreements on what was allowed, what was not allowed. So this particular event, Mike's Catachan force showed up with everyone had all the sergeants or whatever, whatever characters they had basically had. I don't remember what the rules called them, but they were basically satchel charges that you would run up and you would throw it, and it would put out an ordnance template, which most likely would kill the person that threw it unless you were really lucky. So we're set up, and Mike conveniently ends up next to Eddie in the setup because everyone's set up on the same table. So Mike actually it was so funny. Like, he just ran all of his Catachans over to Eddie's setup zone and just suicide bombed all of them with satchel charges.
Ready, guys?
Let's do this. Leroy Dragons!
And just was just like, well, I don't really care about winning. I just gonna throw all these satchel charges at your guys, and if I have some people left over, I'll go about my business. It was just pretty hilarious because it was totally unexpected. This wasn't, obviously this wasn't some big money event. Like it was, it was a really casual event. It was like a couple bucks to play, and then you might make it out with like $10 in store credit or something like that. It was just something we did that was a lot of fun. That was interesting and unique. But it was just so funny. Just everyone, there's probably like eight or 10 people playing, and it's just so funny out of nowhere that just to have this entire Catachan force run next door and just throw satchel charges at the other player on the first turn. It was pretty amusing, to say the least. Like obviously, there's definitely, like I said, there's definitely a bit of rivalry there. So, but it was pretty hilarious.